Hello there, this is Dave Allen from Mac Questions, and once again we're having a look at Aperture. And don't forget to have a look at the previous videos I made about how to import photos into Aperture and how to add keywords. Now we've got some photographs in there. Let's do some looking at these photographs and see what we can do with them. And first of all, we've got this view here. We've got the inspector in view. Let's get rid of that. And you can press the V key to browse between a couple of different views. This is where we're just looking at one photo, looking at all the photos. And this is where we're looking at the photo with the browser underneath. The top part of this here is called the viewer, and this part down the bottom here is the browser. So as you can see just there, I've got the tooltips for the metadata popping up, which is quite handy. And we can set whether that is happening by going down here and telling it to do show metadata tooltips or not, or going for Control and T. So here we are in the main viewer, and what we might want to do is to show multiple photos. And we can do Option U to get that to happen. That's the default mode that you can see anyway. If I select more than one photograph down the bottom there, you'll see that these photographs are getting put into that view. And you can select quite a few of them there. Now if I want to display just a single photograph, then I can go for Option and R. And that just shows one single photograph. Okay, so that's the case where we're just showing it one photograph at a time, or we can show 3 photos at a time. So for that we do Option and H. As you can see, all the photographs in there are showing, and the way to make this one work is to choose one photograph in here, and what it does is to choose the photographs on either side of the one that you selected. So that's where you get your 3 photographs from. And now for a quick request. Hit the like button now if you would. I'd really appreciate it. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on any other tutorials that we're going to be making. Something else that you might want to do is to do some comparison of photographs. So what we're going to do is we're in the main viewer once more, and we're going to do Option and O. And what that does, as you can see down this bar here, we've got this one here, which is our compare photograph, which is our main photograph that we want to check other photographs against. And it's got a green border around it. Then we've got this photograph here, which is the comparison photograph. And what we can do is we can use the arrow keys, or we can use our mouse to select other photographs. And we can go through these different ones here and compare it against the photograph that's on the left. Where that is handy is if you're looking through a number of different photographs that are fairly similar, and you want to make sure that you're choosing the best one out of them, so that you end up with a photograph at the end which is your select photo. Okay, so when you've been going through your photographs and you've decided that instead of having the one that's on the left at the moment as your compare photograph, you want to select it for another one, as you can see, what we can do is just press the Enter key, and now that is our select or compare photograph. And then once again I can go through this here and choose other photographs to compare against that one that's on the left. At some point in time you're going to want to turn off this comparison feature. The 2 ways of doing this is to turn off the comparison feature and select the compare photo, so that's the one on the left there, and you do that by pressing the Option and Return. So you see there's the one that we had selected as our compare photo, and that's back as our main photograph again. Let's do Option and O again, have that as our compare photo, and then what we'll do is we'll put this one here as our alternate photograph. And now instead of pressing Option and Return, I'm going to press Command and Return, and what that's going to do is that's going to put our alternate photograph as the selected photograph. One more thing that you might be thinking of doing when you're looking at these here, we spent a lot of time putting the metadata in these, and we might want to see this metadata while we're looking at these photographs. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this button down the bottom here, and we're going to go for this and tell it to show metadata. Instead of pressing on that button there, what I could do is I could just press the letter Y on the keyboard, and that will do the same there. Or I can do a Shift and Y. Shift and Y gives us the switch to expanded view. So switching to the expanded view there, and you see we've got a bit more information there about the photograph that is on display at that time. When you're setting up how you want to view these things, you can use those keywords that I suggested already, or what you can do is you can press on this button here and get those different views on there, or you can get to those same options from the menus up above. As you can see there, we've got the metadata display on there, and we can choose to show metadata display in the viewer, show the metadata display in the browser. So if we want to have the metadata display in the browser, we, instead of using the Y key, we use the U key. So let's go for a U on that one there, and as you see it's gone. And we've got the option there for a basic view or a non-basic view. So let's do that. That's the basic view, Shift and U, and that gives us a bit more information. So there you go, this is Dave Allen having another look at what we can do with Aperture. And as I say, don't forget to have a look at the playlist for all the videos made so far about Aperture. Bye bye now, talk to you again soon.